Welcome back to another episode of Study Code plus OSRS AFK. I'm just taking my sweet time going through these lessons on boot dev while I play RuneScape. I'm mainly just trying to train to level 62 right now as my current goal. It never exists. Channel pass to wait for DB stays blocked. It's only popping the first value off the channel. How do we know this? Because it says database 1 is online. So only the first value is getting popped. For some reason this shit's not working. There's an anonymous function here that's in a Go routine. It's on its own thread. Yo, this character is fishing way too fast. Until it receives a token. What do they do here? What's the difficulty level of this challenge? Should be easy. According to the challenge. For every database. Okay, so I guess since this channel wait for DB needs to do it for every single iteration. Where's the main.test? What's happening here? Let's look at the test files. What are they using? What are they calling? Wait for DBs, dbchan count, dbchan test, wait for DBs. 4. Okay, so it's going through a for loop and doing it for each one. So what we have to do on our side looks like, because this is going through each channel, it's doing it one time, but it's not doing it for the rest, which implies that it's only doing it for the first one. That's because there's no sort of looping to do it for the rest. So let's try and do this for I think this is it. I don't know for sure. Yo, this is like fishing way too fast for me. So we want to get the length of each channel. dbchan is already there. That's a chan struct, which we're already blocking. But we want to block for each db call. So we have to go num dbs. I'm just curious now. Will this allow me? Oh yeah, we have to increment the counter. Each time wait for DBs reads a token. To get DB's channel, go routine will print a message. Database V is online, channel struct I. But what does it return? It returns channel plus count. Chan struct plus int. Holy shit, it's done again. Keep in mind it's like near 2 a.m. on a Saturday, so I'm just gonna do this one lesson because I'm fucking tired. This is kind of how it goes. You guys just have to fit code into every facet of your life in ways that you may not find conventional, and I'm just showing you that there's different ways to do it. You can leak code OSRS, you could hard leak code, you do boot dev on its own, you could do boot dev while you're training RuneScape. There's just a lot of options. You can build projects. You can do canned projects too. Pause execution. Oh, you know what I could do? I could do this. I could just call this function as a go routine. It should pause until it returns and receives a token. I'm curious. Let's try this. Just looking at the way this is. Looking at the way this is, I want to loop through each thing and then I want to go through each item. But I don't need to do this. Right now I could delete this. This already does the looping for me with this numsdb int, so I could just go routine. Get DB's channel. Then I can go dbchan int. So I can go num DB's. And it takes in this and it returns this. Let's try that. Typo. numdb's int is its input. numdb's int dbchan struct, which is this. And then this should then do this. There's no return value here, so this just returns out nothing. There's no return value, it just waits. So this should run a concurrent process on each DB. Pause execution until it receives a token for each. Each time it reads a token, dbchan will print a message to the console for you. Succinctly named numDB's input is the total number of data. Look at the test code to see how these functions are used so you can understand the control flow. Yeah, so back at the test flow, this used this shit here. If we look at the test code, the test flow, main test, how's it being run? So it's being run by test case, cool, pass field, test, print, dbchan out, test dums, wait for DBs, dbchan count, wait for DBs. So I have my own wait for DBs here. dbchan test nums, and then for count print line. I'm trying to figure this out. Okay, so it should pause execution until it receives a token. Well, it's currently already blocking. What's the technique they use here? This is already blocking. Go func println. Block until downloaded data sends a signal function, return download. We want to know when something is passed. Channel struct. Count plus plus, return this. But this has a return value too. This is a strange one. So let's just tell Boots our hypothesis. So this is also a good chance to look at Boots. So what am I missing? So I'm not familiar with the Golang syntax as much yet. I'm still pretty new to concurrent code. I know like asynchronous code, but concurrent looks to be its own thing. So what am I missing? Currently, which I didn't touch. It has a blocker. Second, since it takes a numDB's input, I want to Since it takes a numDB's input, I want to, what do I want to do? What do I want to do? What does the knologist want to do? Look at the let's see how thing. Okay, so I opted to use getDB's channel I can see your code, but the issue is your approach to the problem. Let me help you with understanding. The problem is that you're calling DB channel inside wait for DBS, but get DB channel is already being called by the test code. Okay. This only reads one value from the channel being passed. So what I would do here then in this case is this for, let's go back to my loop, I want to do it more than once. This is probably going to be called a bunch of times. As there were DB counts. You're on the right track with using the loop. Okay, cool. Right now, you're trying to use len on numsDB, but numsDB is an integer. Okay. Let's just do numsDB then. There we go, done. So basically what was happening with this was that this was only, the way a channel works is you can only send a message once at a time, right? And it's supposed to send one of these signals for each DB. But the reason why, if we go back to this test, it's going through this and it's sending a signal for each wait for DB. So for each channel count, it's calling wait for DB. So this goes through a loop of the range of test cases. So basically what's happening is it's sending a signal, but this only blocks it for the first one. What we need to do for the next one, so we have to keep running this block. So what happens here is wait until something is sent. We do that for the first one, right? But we don't do it for the rest, which is why it kind of stalls for the rest, because now it's blocked. We have to keep unblocking it for the subsequent DB calls. So now let's submit this. Nice, we're correct. So let's explain the code. So explain. Wait for DB's function to wait until all the databases were online before allowing the server to continue booting. Okay, cool. Original only read one signal from the channel. So yeah, like I said, because this didn't have a loop, it was only reading one signal from a channel. One signal from the channel with dbchan, so it would unblock after the first database came online, not waiting for the rest. The loop runs exactly the number of times that it needs to be online. Each iteration blocks until a signal arrives. The dbchan operation awaits until something is sent on the channel. It consumes all the signals. By reading numDB's times, it ensures that the channel is completely drained. Okay. Only then does the function return, allowing the server to proceed with the function with the confidence that all the databases are ready. That's fine too. So when then does it return the flow? DB's channels DB channel starts a go routine. Okay, so this is its own go routine. Starts its own go routine that since channel one per database, for your wait for DB's function blocks and waits to receive exactly numDB signals. As each database comes online, a signal is sent and your loop reads it. Once all the signals are received, the loop completes the thing. And the reason why we could do dbchan is because it's just using one generic channel, which is a pipe. Like I showed you, the channel is a pipe. So you can only send one thing per time. It doesn't matter which, they're all using the same channel, right? So I just have to make sure each channel is cleared as we go through this. We don't care what the value is. That's why we don't assign it to anything. We're just simply receiving it as it is. So once all the signals are received, the loop completes the function returns. It's a classic synchronization pattern in Go, using channels to coordinate between Go routines and ensure the proper order. Let's deep dive further. This makes sense. Currently, dbchan and the other function that is to be receiving signals, right? So if we're receiving signals, what happens? So I want to now know the mechanics. Do we need to clear the channel for every DB in a loop because the get DB's channel is using the same channel. Yeah, so basically we need to clear the message, clear each message sent to make sure Excellent, you're thinking about this correctly. Yes, exactly. You need to read or clear each message from the channel, because how channels work. Channels go like pipes, yeah, like we mentioned. When you send something from one end to the other, stays there until someone else reads it. So the other end has to read it. Right now I'm sending it for this DB, but this also has to simultaneously read it. That's why we have this go routine here. We need a sender and receiver at the same time. That's the way it works. When we have a sender and receiver at the same time, then we can clear messages. Then we can send communication on channel, right? And that's how it works. If you don't read the messages, they pile up and can cause problems. Why you need the loop? In your case, to get to each channel, creates a go routine, yes, that sends numDB's messages to the channel, one per database. Each ch struct puts a message to the channel. You only read once with dbchant. You only remove one message. The remaining messages should stay in the channel, and the go routine might block when trying to send more. Read and discard one message. Blocks until message is received. Okay. Reads and discards the message. Frees up space in the channel, allows sender to continue sending. So you're clearing each message to make room for the next one. Yes, because we're using the same channel pipe. I'm going to call it channel pipeline. And then ensuring the sender doesn't get blocked, so that you've received confirmation that all databases are online before proceeding. This is a fundamental pattern in Go concurrency, using channel synchronization, making sure both sides, sender and receiver, are properly coordinated. When it says properly coordinated, when you send something, there should be a corresponding receiver, right? That way we know that this communication is done, and then we can move on, use this channel again. This channel is just one pipeline, one message at a time, and that's what we're treating it as. Okay, so then we're going to get to buffers next. Well, we will continue this in the next video tomorrow. So for now, yeah, if you enjoyed this, maybe I'll keep doing more of these. People are looking for content, and I'm ready. Authentic content where we struggle together. We just learn the intricacies of the language, and I'm going to try and explain as much as I can on the way. And at the same time, that will also help me articulate to you guys how each thing works if you're stuck. Because I know pointers were hard, addresses were hard to tie in, how we use loops, how we use assignment, how we use packages, right? All these things are important, and maybe I'll go through my notes one day and we can create like a study session. So AFK OSRS plus code study session. Yeah, let's call this code study session plus OSRS AFK. This is gonna be the new series. So this is episode 2. Stay tuned for the rest. Peace. See you guys when I'm not as fucking tired.